Hello guys, this is Pokemon Legend Tips with another video. And before we move into the real deep, please subscribe to the channel, drop a like. If you have any questions, you can ask us in the comments, or even better, join us in Facebook. The link is in the description below. So today we're gonna be doing a review of Koko. Okay, let's talk about Tapu Koko. She's or he is, I have no idea if this is a male or female or whatever. So let's just call it she or he, depending on the situation. So yeah, it's the buffer for electric Fey Pokemon. Really nice Pokemon, a must-have for everyone that actually wants an electric team. So yeah, if you want an electric team, this is your Pokemon, the go-to Pokemon to have actually. So let's talk a little bit about what kind of care items you can give to this Pokemon. Well, for start, it's a P-attack Pokemon, so it's physical attack. So you have to give it either Quick Glow by increasing her speed, or give it Muscle Band, as the one you see here, that will increase her P-attack. You can see here, this is Muscle Band Star. It will also turn 20% damage into HP, which is really nice, since that will, with the build that we are going to propose, it's really important. Now let's talk a little bit about what do you need to break through. Of course, HP, attack, P-attack, P-defense, special defense, and speed. And what you need to concentrate on is either speed value, HP value, or P-attack value. So these need to be really high, since we will see in a short while that her skills are based on P-attack, HP, and speed. So those are basically the attributes that you need to concentrate on for this Pokemon. Let's talk about the abilities. So, of course, the personality as well is really important. Since she's a buffer, so she must be cheerful. You have no other choices. Cheerful is the best for her, either in early game, mid game, or even end game. So that's the best personality, since you want to increase her speed as much as possible. For the abilities, for the first one, you need speed boost. A lot of people actually tend to give it Line Strike, but since it's a buffer and she has an awesome skill that stops the enemy Pokemon from speeding up, so you really want her to apply that buff as soon as possible again and move as much as possible. So that's one. And let's talk a little bit about the second ability. I am using competitive, I think, right? Yeah, competitive. So if this monster suffers from debuff, its attack will increase by 15% boost. So if you get debuffed, some sort of debuff, then you will get 15% more. There is Steadfast, where if it's controlled, you receive 30% boost in speed. But I really don't like this one, since when it's controlled, it's basically either stunned or asleep or something like that, which if you increase 30% speed, it might, be kind of bad for you. So imagine if she is asleep by Malueta and you increase her speed, so she has more chance, so she dies more quickly. So that's a problem. So the SSC is Volt Absorb. It's only good if you are actually facing an electric Pokemon, so an electric team. So if your server has a lot of electric Pokemons, then this might make a little bit more sense. Static, this is, I would say, not that great. So if someone touches you, Koko, then he might get paralyzed, but this is not that great as well. So yeah, Berserk, yeah, if its health reaches half, then it's this Pokemon receives 40% in have power. So yeah, that's kind of cool, but still. So if I had to choose, I would choose between competitive, the one that we talked about at the end, Berserk, or of course Volt Absorb if your server has a lot of electric Pokemons or electric teams. So those are the ones that I will choose from. Okay, so that's done. Let's talk about what we have. Bondings. So the bondings, you have Ampharos, Infusion, which is kind of hard, that will decrease her P-attack. You have this guy, which is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the last Togekiss, right? So this is Togekiss, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, Fate in speed, this is really nice since you just level up this Pokemon and you get around like plus 190 in speed. That's really nice. Zercom in Intimacy, that's kind of hard a little bit, but still it's a easy Pokemon to get if you do Guild War. And at the end you have Lugia in speed, but sadly in Fusion, so you kind of have to, Fusion is actually the worst thing to do, so it's really hard. So let's talk about the skills a little bit. You can see here that she has last passive skill that increase her 5% P attack, Nature Madness, which is one of the most amazing attacks in this game currently. It's based on 15% of each HP, you can see that, and it ignores the defenses and it does fade damage as well. So this is great. This is just great. It's super powerful against black and white Kurums, so it's really one of the best attacks I've seen out there. So if you concentrate on her HP, she does crazy damage. Electric Turn, another crazy skill where she removes basically the possibility to be hypnosis, right? Hypnosis, right? Yeah. So she doesn't get stunned, she doesn't get chaos. So those are really nice stuff. And it, of course, will not allow the enemy to raise his speed, which is super nice again. It will, of course, buff the damage of electric types. The rest is not that great. It's based on, I think, PRX, so it's not really great. Brave Bird, which is flying, is really only good against certain Pokemons, so this is not great skills, but these two here are one of the best skills literally in the game. So let's talk about equipment, accessories. So accessories in early game, well, in early game basically just give her anything. If you have gold accessories, then you definitely need to give her titanium, since that's the only set that will boost her P attack and speed as well. So if Doyen, of course, if you need a platinum set and you don't have the others, but in end game you want her on a Thunder set. So Thunder will boost her speed, so that's really awesome, and you would want to concentrate a little bit on HP, so try to concentrate raising her HP like this, for example. Concentrate on a Doyen that give HP or Thunder that give HP. That would be great, since her Nature Madness will increase in power, and that's basically the skill that you really want to improve on. So those are the accessories. Now let's talk about the last thing we need to talk about, which is the hidden skills. Okay, so this is the build. Again, a lot of people will argue about the builds. It really depends on what you have and what you want to do. Well, as usual, you definitely need to increase her speed and her HP and her P attack, since those are basically directly affect her skills. So those are needed. So Swift as the Wind is a must. Force of Life is a must. And where is it? I think, yeah, it's here. Power Threaten is a must as well. So these three here are must. Garden Spirit, we're not even going to talk about that. It's a must as well. Then right now, it really depends. So, for example, I have put Absorb on it and Healing as well. So you want to increase her healing, so you don't want her to die. And I've put Crystal Body. I do gonna say that I would actually prefer on her to have Synthesis. Wait a second, yeah, Synthesis. So I would really prefer to have Synthesis on her instead of either Absorb or Crystal Body. So I would actually remove Crystal Body and put Synthesis, but not for now. So I would definitely think about that to do later. So that's something I need to do. So for the crit, yes, I put a crit in here that will increase her crit by 12%, and mainly because if by any chance she managed to do a crit on Nature Madness, then the enemy is literally gonna be wiped out in one attack. So since this attack is really doing a lot of damage, so with the crit, then it does crazy damage. So I think this is one of the obvious and most used builds for her. There's a lot of people that would maybe want to put other stuff in here instead, putting concentration a lot on the defense, but I think with a lot of healing and with this tree here, you kind of actually have to concentrate on her healing a lot, her speed and her P attack. So I think this covers it. Yeah, someone actually requested that I talk about possible teammates for each Pokemon that we actually review. So for Tapu Koko, like I said, she's a main buffer for electric Pokemons. So you want her in an electric team, ideally, with either, for example, now in the meta, you have Tundras in Therian form, you have Ash, Pikachu, you have Arceus, Electric, Vikavolt as well can be used. So these are the possible teammates in Electric team that you can use this Pokemon with. You can still use Koko as well in Fairy team, as in Pseudo Fairy with Finny. So since Finny turns the enemies into Electric, into water type, so Koko will be really nice, but just to let you know that their buffs don't actually stack, so that's gonna be a waste. So that's why we recommend to use her literally for every electric team that you can find. So I think this is it, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this. If you have any questions or if we forgot something, then you can just let us know and we will try to include it in the next review. Cheers.